Hello, basketball fans! The biggest games often come down to the final minute. Think back to the end of Game 7 during the 2016 NBA Finals. With the Warriors and Cavs tied at 89, Kyrie Irving hit Steph Curry with a shake and bake before stepping back to drill an absolute dagger of a three. The shot will long live on in Cleveland lore. Talk about clutch. The NBA have great scorers, bucket getters, the stone cold killers who live to hit the big shots with the clock winding down. Without further ado, here are the 10 most clutch scorers in the NBA today. Number 10, Lou Williams. We saw Sweet Lou's incredible offensive gifts on display Monday night, as he dropped 36 points on the defending champs in 33 minutes, tying up to the Clippers' first round series with the Warriors at 1-1 after LA was at one point trailing by 31. Williams shot 13 out of 22 from the field and chipped in 11 assists. More importantly, he was absolutely lights out in the final minutes, either scoring himself or creating the Clips scoring opportunities practically every time down the court. Number 9, Paul George. PJ13 hit 2 notable game winners this season, including one 4-point play in the final seconds to lift the Thunder over Jimmy Butler and the 76ers in January. George has 130 clutch time points this season, good for 5th in the league, and more than Russell Westbrook's 110, despite Westbrook taking 94 shots to George's 91. For number 8, Kemba Walker. This season, Kemba has the second most clutch points in the league, trailing only Harden and ahead of third place Kyrie Irving. As Charlotte's clear number 1 option, he attempted the most clutch time shots in the league, 124. 2. He still flourishes in the mid-range, hitting his average late-game shots from 15 feet out. Number 7, Russell Westbrook. In 2016-17, Russ attempted 62 clutch squared shots crucial to game outcome like buzzer beaters. In 2017-18, the number dipped to 41. This year, it's 29, with George taking 24 of his own. Russ will never be the most efficient scorer, but nobody wants to win more than him, and is simply fearless and lives for the big shot. If you are on his team, you have the utmost confidence that he'll deliver in the waning moments. Let's go to number 6, Damian Lillard. Lillard has long been a problem with the ball in his hands when the game is on the line. This season, Lillard has attempted 28 clutch squared shots, and he has hit a more than respectable 46.4% of them. Or not, he was even better last season when he connected at 48% clip. If you're on the opposite side, you don't want Lillard to even touch the ball in the final seconds. Number 5, LeBron James. There's no question LeBron is one of the most clutch players in NBA history. I mean, look at his postseason numbers during his career. The guy just a knack for putting the team on his back and taking over games. In last year's playoffs, LBJ led the league in clutch time scoring, putting up 47 points and shooting an impressive 40% from 3, well above his career average of 34%. King James is the best all-around player alive, but there are other pure scorers who are simply better on offensive in the waning moments. With that said, let's go to number 4, which is Kevin Durant. The Warriors won the 2017 Finals in 5 games, yes, but the series could have looked different if it weren't for some heroics from KD in Game 3. with Cleveland up to 2 in the final minute of that matchup. Durant grabbed a rebound, dribbled to the other end of the court, and hit the biggest shot of his career, raining a 3 in LeBron's grill. That was definitely the most iconic moment of Durant's career. Late in games, Durant does his best work far from the basket. During clutch time in last year's playoffs, his average shot distance made was 22 feet, a far cry from Giannis' 3 feet, LeBron's 10 feet, or even Steph Curry's 12 feet. He should be in number 3, but Steph Curry is the best shooter in NBA history and became better in clutch situations. Curry has had countless ice-cold jumpers late in games, but he also proficient at scoring in the paint in such situations. The little guy ain't scored up the threes. For example, with OKC leading the Warriors 3-2 in the 2016 West Finals, win for Golden State with a running bank shot, and he and Klay Thompson absolutely took over in the final 5 minutes of that game. Curry was even amazing in the 2015-16 postseason when the Warriors collapsed and Cavs pulled off the 3-1 comeback. Despite being banged up, in those playoffs, Curry's numbers were up across the board in clutch time. His field goal percentage increased by .11, his 3-point percentage increased by .17, and his free throw percentage increased by .09. What makes that so impressive? His regular season averages were above 50, 40, and 90. All his numbers are up in clutch time again this season. This is the number one guy you don't want to foul late. He's hit 90% of his free throw attempts with the game on the line. The Warriors have an unfair 1-2 punch late in games with KD and Curry, and Klay deserves an honorable mention as well. Number 2, James Harden. James Harden has been the most dominant offensive player and the most clutch player in the NBA this season. In January, with the Warriors and Rockets locked in a battle at Golden State, up 134-132 in OT, Harden hit an impossible 3 over Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. He leads the league in total clutch scoring with 187 points and has gone to the line an insane 91 times in clutch time, making nearly 30 more visits than the number 2 guy in that list, Kemba. Harden is also hitting 82.4% of his free throws in those key moments. He isn't quite at the top of this list though, because he hasn't proven himself in key moments in the playoffs. His numbers in the postseason are not good. It seems he just needs one breakthrough performance to boost his confidence in the biggest setting, but this guy is Kyrie Irving. This ranking probably will come as no surprise. Kyrie has been stepping up in big moments since his college days, when he was a baby-faced assassin dropping 31 on Tom Izzo's Spartans. Uncle Drew became an icon with the aforementioned 2016 Finals dagger. During the playoffs run, Irving shot 50% from 3 with games on the line. 50%. He added to his growing legend with a spin and fadeaway J against Klay and the Warriors on Christmas Day 2016. Irving has continued his last game brilliance with the Celtics, connecting on 56.2% of clutch squared shots this season. Given his insane ball handling abilities, best of all time, lightning quickness, ability to finish off the glass, and lights out shooting from deep, is a career 39% 3-point shooter. Irving is incredibly dynamic in ISO situation late in games. So those are our top 10 clutch shooters in the NBA today. Also, here are honorable mentions: Luka Doncic, Jamal Crawford, D'Angelo Russell, Jimmy Butler, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, and Derrick Rose. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.